Shall we pray? Almighty God, our Heavenly Father, we thank you for the world in which we live, for the night and the day, for earth and sky, for lake and stream, for all the changing seasons of the year, for the beauty and bounty of this world, for all that brings stamina to our bodies, delight to our eyes, and enlightenment to our minds. We invoke your presence, guidance, and strength, which comes as quietly as the sun rises, as silently as buds expand into blossoms, as tenderly as mother hushes her child. May our minds be poised, may our wills become enough to endure, and may our lives shine with new beauty, new purpose, and new meaning. Grant that everything we see in this world and everything we experience elevate us to higher aspirations and accomplishments for the greater good of all. Give us sympathy for others and save us from the arrogance which prevents us from loving anyone whose opinions do not coincide with ours. In his name we pray, amen.
Hello all. Welcome to Parkland College's 2016 commencement ceremony. This occasion helps mark 50 years since Parkland was founded. Our college has come a long way in a relatively short time, just as we have come a long way since childhood. When we were younger, when we were smaller, being able to touch the floor with our feet without our legs swinging from the chair seemed like a big deal. The world was full of potential. What are you going to do when you grow up? Adults asked us. We said things like actor, astronaut, singer, race car driver, president. Nowadays, our answers are a little different, since now we have the education and wherewithal to actually go out and accomplish our goals. We want to be farmers. We want to be nurse practitioners. We want to make a difference in the world. They say it's a small world. First, I'm suspicious of who they are, and second, I marvel at that idea. We live on a planet with 7 billion other people. By what definition is that number small? Declaring it's a small world seems to limit its possibilities. How can it be a small world with so many places to see, people to meet, adventures to experience? Not only is the world not small, but experiencing Sonder makes you realize how big it really is. What's Sonder, you may wonder? In his Dictionary of Obscure Sorrows, John Koenig invents a definition for the word Sonder. This is a made-up word with real French origins that have little to do with his intended meaning. It reads like this: Sonder, noun. The realization that each random passerby is living a life as vivid and complex as your own, populated with their own ambitions, friends, routines, worries, and inherited craziness. Sonder. That has a nice ring to it. It sounds right. That everyone has their own story, one that can only be made up of their own unique trials and triumphs. I was on a road trip with my family when I became aware of this phenomenon. A young preschooler at the time, I watched as each car zoomed past and said aloud, "Mommy, each person in these cars has their own different life. That person has a different life, and that person has a different life, and that person..." You get the idea. My mom humored me, allowing me to repeat myself ad nauseum with the patience only a mother can muster. Though she had understood this idea long ago, she didn't curb my enthusiasm when it came to learning new concepts. and that has remained true for the rest of my education. I still come home from class, eager to share some interesting piece of knowledge with my family. Along with my parents, I have a support system outside of the home that helps me when I'm struggling. The support net in our community is vast. I regret nothing about choosing Parkland as my school because of the memories and connections I have made here. I have come to know instructors and staff members who truly want their students to succeed and are willing to go out of their way to help them do that. Our loved ones have been especially important during this time. Maybe your dad saw your light on at 3 a.m. and made you a coffee. Maybe your mom persuaded you to put down the video games and stop procrastinating on that paper. Maybe your sibling tried to be a little less annoying because they knew that you had a big test coming up. Or maybe your friends, your study partners, and classmates were there to share in your experiences, good and bad. Even a beloved pet may have turned your frown upside down along this journey. Many of those people, important people, are here today, celebrating your accomplishment. Remember to tell those people that helped make your education great how much you appreciate them. They helped us get where we are today, and I'm sure they will continue to support us in the future. They are proud of you, and though it might not mean much to you, I am proud of you too. I'm just standing here looking at the glowing faces of our graduates and experiencing a sense of Sonder all over again. I keep thinking, you have a bright future ahead of you, and you have a bright future ahead of you, and you. So whether we're going out into the working world or moving on to a different stage of our education, let's remember that this moment, our Parkland College commencement, marks the start of something new. This is an important part of our unique stories, and we are each beginning an exciting new chapter in our lives. At this time, I'd like to introduce Parkland College trustee Dana Trimble. Mr. Dana Trimble has been a member of the Parkland Board of Trustees since 1999 and currently is the chairman of the board. He works for Cargill as marketing advisor to area farmers. Mr. Trimble graduated from the University of Illinois in 1972 with a Bachelor of Science in Animal Science and Agricultural Economics, and received his master's degree in 1974 in Animal Science. Assisted by various courses at Parkland College, Mr. Trimble has enjoyed diverse careers, starting with farming, seed corn production, hazardous waste, banking, and now back to agriculture. Mr. Trimble and his wife, Benny, have 3 children: Carrie, an assistant professor at Millikan University, Joshua, a lieutenant colonel in the U.S. Army Signal Corps, and Sarah, a teacher at Columbia Academy, who is married to a U.S. Army lieutenant colonel in military intelligence. All 3 children are Parkland College for Kids alumni and received their undergraduate's degrees from University of Illinois. Mr. Trimble served 14 years on the Newman Community School District School Board and was president of that board for 8 years. He is a member of the Lions Club and is a lay speaker at the Newman United Methodist Church. Mr. Trimble also is a member of the Gene Trimble Orchestra. His hobbies include music, family, and travel. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Dana Trimble.
Good evening. Graduates, Dr. Ramage, faculty, distinguished guests, friends and family of Parkland College, on behalf of the Parkland College Board of Trustees, I extend our warmest greetings. My first duty this evening is to ask that you silence your cell phone. We're not going to ask you to turn them off because we know you want to take pictures, but we ask that you silence them for the benefit of the graduates and those around you. I also need to announce that this ceremony is being video streamed by way of the internet for the benefit of our students and their families, including those in other countries. I would now like to introduce my fellow board members. First, 2 members who send their regrets and are unable to be here tonight. First is Jim Ayers from Monticello and Timothy Johnson from Urbana. Then we have Donna Gertz from Champaign, Bianca Green from Champaign, Gregory Knott from St. Joseph, Mr. Jim Boyles from Tuscola, and our student trustee, Crystal Bates, also from Champaign. We hope that your experience Graduates, we hope that your experience here at Parkland College has been one of the best of your lives. You should be certainly proud of what you have accomplished thus far. We certainly are. Congratulations and best of luck to Parkland's proud class of 2016.
Good evening. Tom Ramage joined Parkland College in July of 1998 as chair of the newly created Distance and Virtual Learning Department, responsible for developing and administering Parkland's online course delivery systems and policies. Since June of 2007, Tom served as interim president of Parkland College. The Board of Trustees appointed Dr. Ramage as Parkland's 5th president in January 2008. Tom serves as Chief Executive Officer of Parkland College and is responsible to the Board of Trustees of Community College District 505 to implement the philosophy, goals, and policies of Parkland College, with nearly 1,000 employees serving 11,000 students each semester. He received his master's degree in education and human development with a specialization in educational technology leadership from the George Washington University in 1998, and a doctorate in education with a specialization in instructional technology and distance education from Nova Southeastern University. His research focused on cost efficiency and return on investment of online programs. Tom is married to Michelle, superintendent of Rantoul School District, and together they have a son, Colin, who is a senior at the University of Illinois.
Good evening. How's everybody doing today? A little warm in here, huh? Even if it's 68 degrees outside. Sometimes we do the best we can. I'd like to start this evening with a congratulations, of course, first to our graduates, and of course to all the family and friends that have gathered here tonight to help us celebrate. Before we begin, I'd like to introduce a couple of very special guests that are with us today, Robert and Joy Sheehan. If you could please make your way to the stage. Robert and Joy's son, Christian, was just 23 when his life was tragically ended in a house fire just a few months ago, March 26th. Christian excelled while he was at Parkland College, where he was elected to the position of student trustee on the Parkland College board. There he represented the interests of the entire student body, helping set policy, personnel, and make financial decisions. And it was in this capacity that he traveled to Washington, D.C. and also Springfield, Illinois, to advocate for the support of higher education and, of course, Parkland College. Additionally, Christian demonstrated outstanding leadership skills as a senator in student government, where he worked to organize the students toward a number of charitable causes. Christian was planning on continuing his education while at the University of Illinois at Chicago to study communications and political science. Christian hoped to be a voice for those that needed to be heard. With his experience and his commitment, and take it from me, his significant personal charm, he was destined to be both successful in his career and education. So, Robert and Joy, thank you for being here, and on behalf of the faculty, the staff, and the Board of Trustees of Parkland College, we would like to present you with a remembrance of Christian for his outstanding service to Parkland College. Thank you for sharing him with us.
Thank you. Thank you. On behalf of our son, Christian Sheehan, our family sincerely thanks you for this honor and memory in his name. We have been deeply humbled by the support of Parkland College and this wonderful community. Thank you very much.
So to our Graduates, I'm sure this evening that it's well known to each of you that good decisions have lasting consequences. Those of you that attended the honors convocation this morning heard me say this, that coming to Parkland College was an excellent decision. You have studied with some of the finest faculty in the nation, focused on the art and the science of teaching. You have worked with staff that have, from the very moment you stepped on campus to this very moment right now, dedicated themselves to supporting you and making sure that you were successful in every way possible. You've been constantly reminded, maybe even badgered, about how important it was to follow through and to persevere, and that becoming an educated person is an enormous accomplishment. And certainly without a doubt, that is all very, very true. But there are other things that you may have experienced along the way. Maybe things like satisfaction, the kind that comes after you do something that was difficult. So maybe finishing the semester, earning that A with honors, that's gigantic, finishing that calculus class, and completing your degree. That is an enormous accomplishment, and certainly the purpose of our gathering here tonight. So let me be among the first to tell you how proud we are of you, of this accomplishment, and how well you have done. And I have no doubts that tomorrow each of you will continue to make thoughtful decisions, to persevere, and to enjoy that sense of satisfaction that undoubtedly follows. But tomorrow, your first day as a graduate of Parkland College begins. And let me tell you, we have great expectations. Do great things. It's now my pleasure to introduce our commencement speaker. Lori Gold Patterson was the co-founder of Pixo, a software engineering consulting firm located in Urbana in 1998. I said was, she currently still is. Since then, her staff has grown from 3 people to 33. Pixo designs and builds custom systems, mobile applications, enterprise websites, and cutting-edge hardware and software integrations. A Parkland pre-engineering alumni and a mechanical engineering degree graduate of the University of Illinois, Lori uses her corporate management experience to lead the team of brilliant engineers and creatives at Pixo. She spent the first 15 years of her career in corporate America, first working for Anderson Consulting, now called Accenture, in Chicago, before moving to Caterpillar to head up the 20-person product development team at that organization. She later worked for Solo Cup, where she re-engineered processes and products throughout the company. Lori's successful business and leadership includes service as chair of both the Urbana Business Association and the board of the Economic Development Corporation. She's also received Woman on the Rise Award from the Illinois State Treasurer's Office, the Entrepreneurial Excellence Award in Management, and the Athena Award. In addition, the Parkland College Foundation intends to honor Lori with the 2016 V-Dale Cozad Entrepreneur of the Year Award this coming June. So Lori has a remarkable story, and I'm extraordinarily pleased to be able to introduce her tonight so that she can share it with you. Please help me welcome Lori Gold Patterson.
Thank you, Dr. Ramage. You are one of the great leaders of our community, and I thank you for that. Thank you to the members of the Board of Trustees. You all have undoubtedly had to make lemonade out of lemons in the financial climate that you're working within, and we thank you for that. Thank you to the faculty, who are really the secret sauce of Parkland. And last but definitely not least, thank you to all of the graduates and your families and friends who knew that this is the place to be of all places tonight. There isn't a college or university commencement that I'd rather be participating in, because I know that this room is filled with people who have persevered and who know how to power through adversity. And because I know that our college, Parkland College, is a college that produces miracles. I've known for a few months that I was going to be here with you tonight, and over these months I've thought about you, all of you, many times. I've imagined how many tests you still had to conquer, and what homework you still had to turn in. And I've imagined the miracles that must have had to happen to allow you all to achieve this graduation. To me, a miracle is an improbable accomplishment that actually comes to life. Let me tell you about the first 3 times I saw Parkland create miracles. When I was 14, my dad was diagnosed with cancer. My dad was the heart and motivation of my life, and he was a self-proclaimed optimist. My mom said 1,000 times that he could turn a pile of you-know-what into a rose garden, and he really could. So he took the news of having cancer like a challenge to be won. But the cancer was ruthless. After 3 years of finding the silver lining and surviving, my dad's doctor told him, "If I give you more treatment, I'll kill you. And if I don't give you more treatment, you'll die." This was the first time in my dad's life that there wasn't a ray of hope to be found, not a single ray of hope. We can't live without hope. So that night, my dad went into cardiac arrest and died. When my dad died, my hope was pretty washed up. I was no longer motivated or spirited, and I graduated high school with no plans for college. I moved to Flagstaff, Arizona with my mom, but within weeks I returned to Urbana, too homesick, and where my high school sweetheart, who's here tonight, was still in his senior year of high school. Yes, I robbed the cradle. Only 6 months younger, but he was in a class behind me. So I was living alone here in Urbana as an 18-year-old and a waitress. And it was deep winter now, and as I drove to work at 4 a.m. to make the day's biscuits, that was one of my jobs, my $200 car's bald tires caused me to slide through an intersection and almost collide with another car. That night I was crying to my boyfriend, telling him about my scare. And unfortunately, he was used to me crying from being deep in mourning for the loss of my dad, and it tortured him that he couldn't take away that pain. But bald tires? Now that he thought he could fix. So my 17-year-old boyfriend headed out after I fell asleep that night and broke into a tire store to steal tires for his girlfriend's car. Do not try this at home. He was given a 3-year prison sentence and was gone. Well, he was physically gone, but his letters and calls arrived frequently, and he had a strong message to convey. He said that he and I had greatness in us, and it was time for us to rise to our potential. So that summer, I showed up to Parkland with just a spark of hope that maybe I could go to college, but with fear that I was in no way college ready. I was sent to the Learning Lab, where the instructors conducted a bunch of assessments and said that with a bit of hard work over the summer, I could be ready for a freshman year of college. You all, filled me with confidence, customized the lessons to what knowledge I lacked, and sent me off to Flagstaff to start my freshman year at Northern Arizona University. That was Parkland Miracle number 1. Parkland Miracle number 2 happened 2 summers later. While sitting in prison, my boyfriend had decided that his destiny was to become a great educator. And in order to do so, he decided that he needed his doctorate in education. As demonstrated in the hundreds of letters he had written to me, he was brilliant and filled with ideas that could change the world. But his command of basic writing skills, grammar, sentence structure, and organization of his ideas was sorely lacking. So the summer he was finally out of the correctional system, we marched straight to Parkland and signed him up for summer courses. Every single day, he met with an amazing English professor named Gretchen, who Dr. Ramage promised me he's going to find for us. She not only knew how to teach grammar and writing like nobody's business, but she believed in my husband and my boyfriend at the time like no one had before. She believed in him so much as this young man just out of prison that she told him she would be waiting to read his doctoral thesis one day. 14 years later, in May of 2000, my then husband walked across the University of Illinois graduation stage and became Dr. William M. Patterson. That was Parkland Miracle number 2. Parkland Miracle number 3 happened exactly 29 years ago today, when I sat in the very seat that you all are sitting in. Although I had never taken advanced math or science classes in high school or had any aspirations to follow a technical career path, I decided after 1 year of studying psychology in Flagstaff that I wanted to use my brain in a different way. I set my sights on getting an engineering degree from the University of Illinois, one of the top 5 engineering schools in the country. But the University of Illinois would not have me. I wasn't prepared for their rigorous program. So I went to where I know they prepare people to achieve their dreams, Parkland. Parkland wrapped itself around me and taught me every bit of math, science, and pre-engineering I needed to be successful at the top-ranked College of Engineering program. And in 1990, I walked across the University of Illinois stage with my bachelor's degree in engineering. That was Parkland Miracle number 3. As I've thought about you over these past few months, I've wondered about the stories that got you to Parkland and the miracles that you all represent. I want to ask you to do something for me, actually everybody in the room. Close your eyes for just a moment and think about the journey you've taken to be able to be here tonight. My family and I had a challenging 2015. And I can't tell you how blessed I feel to be able to stand on this stage and be with you all. It's been quite a journey and most certainly a miracle. The paths that each of you took to get to this moment are unique. I don't doubt for a second that each of you has had to overcome challenges and learn hard lessons to arrive in your seat tonight. My mom always says that one of the most difficult things in life is trying to remember what we already know. Take time over the next few days to honor your story and to embrace the lessons that you've learned. And remember to keep revisiting those lessons over and over again in order to apply them throughout your life. Revisiting my life story reminds me to surround myself with people who believe in me and who see me, help me see myself on the top of the highest mountain, like Gretchen the English professor did for my husband so many years ago. Because when others believe in us, we're more likely to believe in ourselves and to persevere. I'm reminded to always look for the silver lining, no matter how hard life gets. Because even the smallest sliver of hope will keep us alive and thriving, like it did for my dad for 3 glorious years. I'm reminded that when our dreams are out of reach, like the University of Illinois engineering program was for me initially, we need to utilize the resources around us and put in the hard work to allow the miracle to unfold. There is clearly so much that you and I share. We are both products of an exceptional college. But there's a part of your story that sets you far apart. Your generation is more globally oriented and ethnically diverse than any other generation in history. You all are used to seeing people from all over the world do things that interest and inspire you. Your eyes don't see differences in people in the same way that the generations before you have. As you move into the next stages of your life, you're going to be possibly surprised at how non-inclusive our country can be. You may see people being discriminated against and either overtly or subtly being kept out of opportunity. Your job is to bring your eyes and lack of tolerance for injustice to every environment you step into. In the immediate years to come, one of 2 things will happen. Either you'll conform to how our country currently operates, or you'll demand that we change to embrace the greatness that comes when diversity is expected and is the norm, not the exception. You, the 2016 graduates of Parkland College, can and will change the fabric of our community, of our country, and of our world. We expect that of you. I know the potential in this room. This room is filled with real people, accomplished people, who will momentarily be walking across the stage with rich life stories to build upon. You found the silver linings that allowed you to achieve this degree, and you're armed with the skills and life lessons needed to overcome all future trials. You are the miracles that can literally change the climate and the culture of our world. And guess what? You will never again have to wonder if you're going to achieve this degree, because folks, you did it. Congratulations and love to you all. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Ellen Schmidt, the Executive Director of the Parkland College Foundation. We know the future is bright when we see the achievements of our alumni. Each of you in the graduating class joined this proud group today. With the celebration of 50 years of student success at Parkland College, the Foundation and Alumni Relations are recognizing 50 notable alumni this year. This year, our Distinguished Alumnus Award will also be recognized as one of this year's 50 notable alumni. This honor recognizes exceptional alumni and is awarded for personal and professional accomplishments and service to the community. On behalf of the Parkland College Foundation, I'm proud to award the 2016 Distinguished Alumnus Award to Peter Alexander. In 1981, Peter started his own full-service automotive business, Peter Bees in Urbana, Illinois. From his first auto mechanics class at Parkland in 1977 to national recognition as a Technician of the Year in 1990, he has worked hard to create one of the largest, most respected auto repair services in East Central Illinois. Parkland College served as the foundation of his success. He earned his Associate in Applied Science degree in Automotive Technology and a certificate in Farm Power and Equipment Service. Peter has been involved with the Alumni Association since 2000 and the Automotive Advisory Board since 1977. He employs Parkland Automotive students, providing internship opportunities, and serves as a mentor by sharing information on owning a business and providing guidance on new and emerging technologies. Please join me in recognizing Peter Alexander, the 2016 Distinguished Alumnus Award recipient.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome. I want to thank the Parkland Board of Trustees. I want to thank Ellen for all she's done, Dr. Ramage, and the instructors, both the current ones and the past ones that had helped me back when I started in 1977. I went to Urbana schools. I went to Leo School, and when I was in Leo School, I got a knack for repairing things, like go-karts and different lawnmower engines and things like that. And I was fortunate enough for my parents to allow me to have a little part of the garage where I could do my work. And so I started taking apart things, and when I was around 15 or so, I started taking apart a car, and I really enjoyed the fact that you could take something apart and put it back together and it would possibly work. It didn't always work, but I kept trying, and eventually I got it to work, and I built a dune buggy. And one day my dad came to me and he says, "Well, what are you going to do with all this stuff you got in the garage? We've got to get rid of it." And I realized that maybe I should make a career out of working on cars. So I went and visited several colleges, and then I ended up going out to Parkland. And Parkland had a nice facility that wasn't very old at the time. And I was impressed with it, and I took the classes, and I graduated, and I just kept building upon that. So from there, I got the Technician of the Year award. I started Peter Bees, and it seemed to keep building. So I think the key for me was that I just kept building upon what I started. And now I've been in business for a long time. And 37 years ago was when I was sitting in your seat out there. I had no idea that I'd be up here on stage 37 years later. And I remember one of the classes I took was speech class, and I had to get that speech class done in order to get my degree. And that was like the worst class. I had to stand in front of everybody, and I thought, I'm never ever going to use speech fixing cars. And here I am today. So suggestion is, just learn speech and be. I can also tell you that I didn't get up here by myself. I've got a great crew at Peter Bees that have been with me for a long time. My wife, Diane, who's in the audience out there, has been with me for, 37 years, and she's helped me with my business. My parents, it takes a team effort. And so when you go out in the world and you start your career, which will be tomorrow, you have to think about all the people that help you get to where you're at and thank them. And I don't know if some of you, there's a new song on the out there, a Tim McGraw song that kind of touches some chords with me. It's Be Humble and Kind. And when you see that video, it kind of brings things together, especially what's happening in the world. And I think back that, through the years that I've been working on cars, tried to be very humble and kind to people when fixing their cars. I know that can be tough on people at times. So I'm very honored today to be the recipient of this award. And I think that you should continue to learn. I'm a lifelong learner at Parkland. I'm still involved, as Ellen mentioned. And I believe that all of you should do the same. You're always going to learn. You should become a member of the Parkland Alumni Association. You should become a life member of the Parkland College Alumni Association. Keep in touch. Let us know how you've been doing out there. And again, thank you very much for allowing me to be the recipient of this great award. Thank you.
It is my pleasure to announce the recipient of the Honorary Associate Degree to Joanne McGrain. Joanne knows firsthand that Parkland College offers educational opportunities that can open doors and change lives. Her commitment is reflected in the mission of Parkland College and the high-fidelity Huff-McGrain Simulation Lab at the college. Her philanthropic generosity supports nursing scholarships for deserving students who are in need of financial assistance. As one of 4 faculty members to begin the Associate Degree Nursing program, it's easy to understand her dedication after 30 years of teaching. Since her retirement, Joanne has been involved with the parish nursing program at her church, where she provides referral and assistance to parishioners through home, retirement community, and nursing home visits. On behalf of the Parkland College Foundation, I recommend Joanne McGrain for an honorary associate degree.
Joanne McGrain, on behalf of the Parkland College Board of Trustees, it is my honor and my pleasure to accept the recommendation of the Foundation and to confer upon you the Honorary Associate of Arts degree.
I would like to thank President Ramage, the Board of Trustees, and Foundation for this honorary degree. As we all know, Parkland College is celebrating 50 years. I came to Parkland just after it had completed its first year of classes to assist in beginning the Associate Degree Nursing program. And then I retired 30 years later. Since that time, I've been an active supporter of the Parkland College Foundation, especially through their scholarship program. During these 50 years, I have been a participant as well as an observer to the college's tremendous growth and development, and it has been horrendous. Today, Parkland continues to be recognized for its ability to provide quality education for all students, and at the same time to meet the needs of our community. I accept this honorary degree in remembrance of all the people who have made Parkland College what it stands for today. Thank you.
Graduates, tonight is your night, and we are here to celebrate with you a very important academic milestone in your lives. But before we get to the most important part of the evening for you, I think it is most appropriate that we take a little bit of time, a small moment, to recognize the faculty who have gotten you where you are. is a special honor for me to recognize 3 of our very finest award-winning faculty tonight. Parkland's selection for the Parkland Teaching Excellence Award from the Department of Natural Science, Associate Professor Tony Burkhalter. Professor Burkhalter, please stand to be recognized. Parkland's nominee for the Illinois Community College Trustees Association Outstanding Full-Time Faculty Award from the Department of Fine and Applied Arts, Associate Professor Peggy Shaw. Professor Shaw, please stand. And Parkland's nominee for the Illinois Community College Trustees Association Outstanding Part-Time Faculty Award from the Division of Health Professions, Instructor Elizabeth Jinks. Instructor Jinks, And now, candidates for degrees and certificates, please rise. President Ramage, upon the recommendation of the faculty and on their behalf, I present to you the candidates for degrees and certificates of the class of 2016.
So on behalf of the Board of Trustees of Parkland College, it is my pleasure to accept the candidates for degrees and certificates.
Candidates for certificate degrees, Latrace Renee Carter Nelson. Christina Rose Meyer. Morgan Lee Rathka. Rins Agamanos. Hannah Allowelt. Missy Ellinger. Tracy Lynn Anderson. Samantha M. Andrea. Samantha Jean Arsenault. Charles Otterberry. Haley Banks. Caitlin Barnett. Rachel Beasley. Kevin Banker. Matthew Ryan Becker-Meyer. Carrie Bell. Craig Blumka. Derek Boatman. Madison Ann Bungen. Stephen Boyd. Gabriel L. Bragg. Taylor Brandt. Amber Brennan. Lisa Maria Brewer. Morgan Lee Bridgman. Haley Briggs. Brittany M. Brown. Deanna Brown. Tara Brown. Jayla Bramett. Cassie Buchanan. Jamie K. Buck. Kevin Aaron Burnett. Amanda Sue Kane. Edmund Calhoun Jr. Mindy Campbell. Nick Campbell. Sandra Campbell. Janie Cantu Leal. Demisha Carlton Brown. Stephanie Cheshire. Brian Edward Clark. Curtis Clark. Perry Klein. Maria Kobos. LeByron Raheem Collins. Mitch Collis. Tammy Jean Cranston. Shelby Lynn Creek. Alicia Christ. Quinton Crook. Bethany Rose Crowder. Levi Curran. Kaylee Curry. Courtney Marie Dolman. Lara Elizabeth Darren. Megan Counter. Christopher L. Davis. Courtney Michelle Davis. Darcy Marie Davis. Scott Dawkins Jr. Mark A. DeFilippis. David Deneau. Neil Dickerson. Jennifer C. Dooley. Taylor Dooley. Rachel Dorney. Ashley Marie Drake. Alexander Cole Durack. Victoria Duval. Aikisha Edwards Mitchell. Lindsay Nicole Eggers. Raimi Lee Emerson. Samantha English. Hazel Fierro. Henry Feinberg. Samantha Fink-Biner. Candace Fisher. Stephanie Allison Fisher. Shannon K. Fitzgerald. Nicole Fitzpatrick. Stephanie L. Fleischman. Cayman Fleming. Ryan Danielle Fleming. Lindsay Jean Falwell. Gabrielle Fontura. Brooke Faust. Dominique Fowler. Tiffany Marie Fry. Ashley Joan Marie Fry. Johanna Fryer. Dejanay Dashiera Fulton. Alexander Funkhauser. Seydou Junior Garba. Nikki Garman. Sarah Goin. Kitwana Mayala Grant. Ashlyn Gregory. Carol L. Griffith. Michelle Lacey Lynn Grob. Renee Mackenzie Grumish. Carissa Lee Guido.
Caitlin Grace Jerkas. Kayla Ray Hacker. Timothy Hagley. Megan K. Hall. Maureen Harden. Sam Harden. Sarah Harden. Letitia Nacelle Harris. Daniel Harrison. Zachary Hartley. Dustin Horn. Andrew Henson. Gemma Herrera. Brooklyn Hildreth. Joy Henriksen. Rachel Mary Hodge. Lauren Hurt. Tammy Quinn. Jacob E. Isringhausen. Brianna Jackson. Stacy Darnell Jackson. Tantiana Jackson. Jessica Johnson. Karen A. Johnson. Allison Claire Jones. Brandy J. Jones. Colin Jones. Gorgeous G. A. Jones. Mary Jane Cab. Chelsea Shea Culp. John Wanjohi Karanja. Chudel Kasunka. Ashley Keene. Keisha Kelly. James Kiefer. Colleen Kimple Madeira. JC King. Kelsey Knobloch. Clacy Elizabeth Knox. Nicholas Noost. Aaron Kristovich. Emily Diane Coots. Michael Lackey. Caitlin Lark. Travis Lassman. Hung Lee. Kelly Lean. Romeo Lear. Chang Hee Lee. Nolan F. Lee. Jerome Leslie. Wan Jing Lee. Chelsea Link. Sarah Nicole Lagrasso. Jack William Long. Danette L. Lukaska. Marie Lacusa. Alexis Mahoney. Clarissa Catherine Maynor. Bayan Manasra. Kevin Roy G. Mangantulao. Erica Marion. Darren Lund. Stephanie Nicole Marquardt. James Mars. Keila Marie Martin. Haley Renee Martin Mao. Emily Matthews. Rodrigo Matsulongo. Miriam Amanga. Amy M. McCartney. Chris McLean. Rachel McCrae. Jasmine Monique McNear. Justice Unique McNear. Dania Mendoza. Stephanie Miles. Haley Elaine Miller. Martez Lamar Miller. Devin Mitzdorfer. Ayenga Molemo. Connor Motts. Brian Murphy. Sharon F. Nava. Samantha Nero. Michael Nichols. Daniel W. Noyce. Brooke O'Hara. Umeima Ulhaj. Chelsea Parks. Alexandra Marie Pelmore. Victoria Perry. April Peters. Kelsey Petrick. Jennifer Philbeck. Clarissa Phillips. Corbin Plenard. Devanshi Popat. Ivy Poprowski. Victoria Price. Travis Purcell. Anne Marlin Huiban.
Jacob D. Rainey. Wendy Ramirez. Brianna Rainey. Peg Rainey. Jared Rasher. Justin C. Ray. Brittany Danielle Red. Miranda Rennie. Audrey Annette Riles. John Rice. Paul Richmond. Ventrell Montre Ricks. Ashley R. Riddle. Tierra Roberts. Rochelle Roby. Valeria Rohde. Bobby Jean Rowe. Devin Roy. Drake Royal. Colin Riles. Duncan Reinick. Jeffrey Sampson. Jonathan Sands. Kyle Sanders. Angela Sanford. Candace Letha Sarver. Taylor Schofield. Ryan Schwartz. Olivia Scott. Chad Sieber. Danielle Segerstrom. Samantha Segerstrom. Logan Daniel Seahigh. Waynisha Amelia Sharp. Randy Shook. Brian Shutt. James Edwards Simmons, Jr. Daryl Eugene Simpson. Bethany Rochelle Sims. Allison Michelle Smith. Andrew Smith. Ashley Smith. Jason Thomas Smith. Lydia Smith. Nicole Smith. Nicole Lynn Smith. Sabrina Brianne Smith. William Jarrell Smith. Charles V. Snell. Jordan Snyder. Suzanne Summers. Heath Stahl. Taylor Stark. Cody Wayne Steen. Ethan Steidinger. Maureen Sterrett. Teresa Steika. Ryan D. Stoner. Christine Stroink Pickering. Courtney Sutherland. Dakota Sweeney. Jillian Talavera. Grant W. Taylor. Mackenzie Nicole Tegler. Clay Thompson. Alyssa Tipsword Kaiser. Luis Manuel Torres Cantu. Hannah Elizabeth Triplett. Erica Trueblood. Hunter Turner. Jillian Twardowski. Nicole Uher. Tesla Varvel. Sarah Jane Vavrin. William Vavrin. Adriana Elizabeth Vega. Jacob Vroman. Melissa Ann Wade. Aaron Walls. Jessica Jean Stanzi. Laura Walker. Gloria Lovetea Wama. Kurt Warnick. Alyssa Wasson. Brittany Webb. Carissa Webster. Rhea Weeder. Terry Wendell. Alexis White. Rachel White. Anna Williams. Brittany Nicole Williams. Marissa Withers. Ariana Renee Bullock. Shannon L. Wolcott. Michaela Rassi. Stacy L. Yago. Gary E. Uhas. Richard Zabel. Asma Zahur. Hala Zayed. Hanwei Zhang. Matthew Ziegler. Morgan Colleen Zinders. Taylor Zirkle. Nim Serrano. We have one additional student participating virtually online tonight, and that is Taylor Braish.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Kelly Lean, and it's a pleasure to be here tonight representing many different parts of Parkland College. This year, I was captain of the undefeated Division II National Championship volleyball team. As well as being a Parkland Honours student and as part of the International Student Program since I come from Melbourne, Australia. Parkland has given me, as I'm sure it has to many of you, some amazing life experiences. It is at this moment that I ask my fellow graduates to please rise for the switching of our tassels. I commend you on your hard work, commitment and dedication to your studies at Parkland and wish you all the best with your future endeavours. Congratulations, you may now move your tassels from right to left and officially become the graduates of
May the Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious unto you. The Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace. Amen.